Hi there, I'm Chris Jewell from Gillespie Graphics.
And I'm Brad Walter.
We're up here today at ACS to figure out some knife uses. We really want to get more into what other options do we have. We right now really just use the oscillating knife that's always on the machine. We want to get into other types of cutting, other knives. How do we do that? One option is what we do a lot of are kiss cut and die cut decals. This is something where you're going to use the spring-loaded knife and you're going to cut that kiss cut later. After that, then you're going to change it out and use the drag knife. That's going to cut the perimeter. Now you have an individual decal out of an entire sheet of decals instead of printing. Another thing that we learned today are POP displays. So something like this, simple little wastebasket, this is something where we digitally printed on some Falcon board. Once that's printed, it's coming out here, we're queuing up the file. We're going to use a couple different cutting methods on this one. We're going to use this 45-degree angle cut, which is cutting the inside of this bottom corner. Once that's cut and we weed it out, or pull that part out of there, we can then fold this side up from the bottom. It gives us a nice clean edge. We're then going to change over from the 45-degree angle knife to the drag knife again. In this case, we're going to cut around the perimeter of all of these parts. Once that's cut, we pop them out of the weed, then we assemble it, and we have a nice little wastebasket just like this.
I learned that it was very important where your start and stops are on the board to keep your part from moving around, keeping suction where it needs to be by isolating your zones. And
The zones are big. Use the zones that you're using, make sure everything else is off. Definitely the start and stops like Brad's talking about. The ramping is a factor as well. If you're ramping into a part, then that's going to make just a little bit of kind of a tab, I guess, as you're going around that part and then cutting it. You're not going to be pushing with as much force against that bit or against that part. We got a lot of good info from Dustin. We learned a lot about bits, knives. We really haven't explored much knife use on our machine, so we got a lot of that out of it. We learned a little bit about the upgraded software, which is something I'm very interested in. Did a little bit of 3D cutting. That was really exciting. And, just a lot of good overall info.